Well, good morning. It's the end of the Shakeology fast. The 15th day has passed, and thank God. I'm not sure I would do 15 days again, and I'll get into the reason why in just a second. This is a recap. This is actually now the day later, the morning after, if you will. And so our fast is over. I mean, I did the three Shakeologies yesterday, similar as I have for all the days except the 3 days that I took oatmeal in the morning. And this time I took, again, two vegan strawberry Shakeologies with the raspberry, and also I'm using the fiber in the psyllium husks. And then the final shake that I had last night was a vanilla maple. Really, I love that flavor. I kind of saved it for the end. Also with psyllium husks, and boy, I'll tell you what, that really good. On the flavors, sometimes you love the berries, the strawberries. I've got some watermelon fiber that I found also that I'm going to try with it, but I figured as long as everything was going on now, it was going well, I would stop with adding any new elements. So anyway, what happened yesterday? Well, yesterday, once again, I had a long walk, about the same walk as I had the day before, over 2 miles, and did some shopping along the way, looking at some RVs for a friend. And so now my exercise was good. So all we got to do now is see what the final number is. And let's just talk about the number from yesterday. Yesterday's number was 6.6, or 206.6. I focus on the last digits always. And if you remember, there's 0.6 in clothing, so it really was 206 flat. And if you remember, our start was 218.2. So now the real question is what's today's number? Did we gain back a little bit? I would be surprised if we did. My guess is it's going to be lower. The question is how much? And without further ado, let's go to that number, and then we'll talk a little bit about what I really think about a 15-day Shakeology fast. Okay, once again, there is, for the last time, the scale of truth. And the number is 205 flat. 205 flat, which means that my total number, my last number for the Shakeology fast, the 15-day final total, will be 205 minus 0.6 for the close, 204.6, which is a loss, down from 18.2 of, what is that? Again, as you know, I'm bad in math, so 204.6 is 5.4 to 10, so 5.4 and 8.2 is 13.6. Is that right? So anyway, that appears to be the number, 13.6. No, it can't be. Maybe 13.8. 13.8. That is right. 13.8. So 13.8 and 15. I was really hoping to do a little bit more than 1 pound a day, and I didn't succeed in that. An interesting thing is if you are watching your weight every day, which in a 15-day fast or a 3-day, it's helpful to do that so you keep focused on what you're consuming and keeping your eye on the prize. But the fact is you are going to have some up days. We had 5 up days and we had 10 down days. So about a third of the time you're going in the opposite direction, but 2/3 of the time you're going down. And I could continue this fast. Today was not yesterday, the 15th day, was not a tough day. I was hardly hungry at all. Unlike the 14th day, which I was like, I wanted to eat everything. Maybe it was because I knew that it was going to be over. Drank a lot of water. I'm surprised with the water that I drank that I ended up at 204.4. But I did, and so that's my number this morning. Just so you know, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to just like have a breakfast that's 6 pounds. I'm just going to have oatmeal this morning, and I'm going to have a Shakeology for lunch. And then I'm feeling like I want some beans. Can you crave beans? I don't know. I mentioned that in a comment. And the thing is so I think I'm going to have beans, some, rice and beans or something and beans. And, maybe it's protein that I'm wanting. I know that I was a little down on protein. If there's 17 grams of protein, so on a normal day I would have had a little bit more than 50 grams of protein, which is about 20 short or so. Which brings us to the question, what do I think about this? Well, the original idea that I had for the Shakeology fast was because of a friend of mine who did a YouTube friend who did a 9-day water fast, and he lost 16 pounds. And I said to myself, that's probably not healthy. What if I took Shakeology, which is the healthiest meal that you can consume, and what if I used that? How much would I lose? Now, I didn't think I would lose at the same rate, of course, as just water, because it had no nutritional value outside of just the water. And in fact, I trailed probably by about half at the 9-day period. It seemed like the first third and the last third was where I lost the weight, and the middle third I kind of just stayed, and there's a reason for that actually. Had I followed a consistent pattern of fiber throughout, I probably would have lost more. And also exercise. If I would have exercised every day, I believe I would have lost more. Which brings me to conclusions. Number one is on the 3-day Shakeology cleanse, which is the predecessor to, I had never done anything longer than 3. On this particular 15-day, when I got to 3 days, I had lost 7.6 pounds, which, if you think about it, is more than half of all the pounds that I lost on the 15 days. So, for those of you who are saying, I can't do 15 days. Well, the fact is maybe you should do a 3-day. 3 days of 3 meals of Shakeology, and then you will gain, if you're like me, about half of your loss would be right in those first 3 days. And then maybe instead of doing a 15-day fast now, and then maybe, in 6 months, maybe every month you could do a 3-day fast. It's important, or 3 days, should call it Shakeology cleanse. I think it's important also to remember that I was using another ingredient along with my Shakeology. And that was, and let me just go up into the cabinet and pull those down again. That was the Detox, which is used in a different Beachbody program called the Ultimate Reset. But what I've noticed from that is I felt really well during this, and I can't understand why. But I came here. Everybody in Quartzsite, it seemed, had the flu. I've not had even an inkling that I was going to get the flu. Of course, since I've been on Shakeology back in October 4th of 2011, I have not been sick. And also my granddaughter, who has started taking Shakeology at 6 months, she hadn't really been sick during the time she took Shakeology. So I guess the recap of this, and I will, by the way, once during the filming of this, during the recording of this, I broke my computer, and so I can't really make a real fancy edits. But I'm going to do an analysis with charts and graphs, which will be the next video that you see. It'll probably be in a week or two, and on the Shakeology, and it'll be called 15-day Shakeology fast analysis, as opposed to this will be called the recap. And the thing I'm going to advocate is fiber. Always got to have fiber. The psyllium husks work better than anything. I also want to say that you definitely need to do exercise. Now, the Beachbody people, if I'm 65, I could do high intensity until about 2 years ago, and then I went to like a mid-level intensity, and in the last year, for some reason, my feet have not been able to hold out, so I've gone to just walking, which I can do, and I can walk a pretty good distance, a couple miles or more. And so anyway, that's what I would recommend. So that, in a nutshell, at least for the recap, is where we probably need to leave it. But I'm happy it's over, and I promise you I'm not pigging out today. I'm going to take it slow, and I'm going to still watch my weight. And when the time comes for the analysis, I'll tell you how much I've gained back, if any. And I'm hoping that it won't be any, or won't be. It'll be a very little. So remember, 204.4 is what I ended on, and I had started at 218.2. That's almost 14. That's 17.8. So hey, I'm all happy with that. So anyway, did I say 17.8? That's not right. It's 13.8. Okay. So anyway, this is Ray from innovational-health.com. I've done this for your edification as well as mine. We've learned a lot if you've gone the whole 15 days with me. I feel great. I'm a lot thinner. My clothes fit better. This t-shirt is almost floppy. So anyway, I just want to thank you for following this adventure. Watch from my analysis. And as always, you have a great day.